There you go.
That's delicious. Okay, right, can I borrow your serving spoon?
Yep. That's ready.
You turn the gas off,
Yeah, unbelievably quick.
Yep.
Right.
You know, Lawrence, your leg was vibrating in time with the stirring.
It's the old dancing leg, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
Henry says you're shaking.
just watching you, Lawrence, it's a privilege.
Oh, it's a pleasure. What a nice bunch of guests you've got here today.
Yeah. I can't believe the speed you're working.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
amazing.
I've done half of it.
Yeah, well, I know.
I can show you how to work more slowly later on.
Can you? Yeah, well, I look forward to it.
Okay, so julienne gherkins on top, julienne nice thin strips.
Yeah.
Nice spoon for the sour cream. I see, you didn't get my spoon ready.
Yeah.
So sour cream on top. You got the chopped parsley done, Chefy?
Chopped parsley's there.
Chopped parsley. A little bit of chopped parsley.
Spoon with the paprika in it.
Thank you, Chef. Can you remind what that is again? So there is your classic beef stroganoff.
Wow.
Paprika, cream and rice.
Wow. Easy as that.
All right.
He looks great. He's even applauding himself. There you go. Right,
Here we go.
This is where you get to dive into this.
We do we?
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it unbelievably hot?
It's not that spicy, is it, really?
No, because you
Yeah.
can use, there's a sweet paprika and a hot paprika.
Yeah, no.
You can blend your own if you don't like things too hot.
Yeah.
you know?
I was in Budapest this summer where they had the sweet and the strong paprika.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
No, that's not the smoked one. That's just the sweet.
No, the smoked one is obviously it's been smoked over coals and stuff like that. There's a lot in Spanish cookery, isn't it?
Oh, that's beautiful.
But that is a lovely dish, and I think that's a cracking dish for.
Oh,
you must taste that.
Absolutely fantastic. Nice
That
and
is
simple as well.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Wow.
The secret is with that beef. You fry it off, drain it off.
That's it. Show it the pan, get it out, and then reduce the vinegar. So the important parts are searing the beef and the vinegar. If you don't get them to right, you can ruin the dish.
Yeah.
Just stick to them basic principles.
If you use chicken, would you tweak it at all, or would you just do it exactly the same?
Well, the thing is, it's one of them dishes you can do after Christmas for turkey, leftover turkey. Do exactly the same.
A bit late now, mate, are you?
A bit late now. Use it next year.
We need some wine to go with this. We sent our wine expert Susie Atkins to Gloucestershire this week, so what did she choose to go with Lawrence's sizzling stroganoff?
I'm here in the historic spa town of Cheltenham with the Pitfield pump room behind me. I'm going to hit the shops now and find the best wines for today's recipes. Lawrence, with all that cream and the white wine and the mushrooms, your stroganoff is one red meat dish that can be matched with white wine. And I found a pretty good partner in this dry Australian Riesling. But it's midwinter and I'm more tempted by a red. And so the one I've gone for is the Pilastri Sangiovese 2010 from Italy. Watch out with beef, it doesn't always need a heavy, gutsy red. In fact, it often goes superbly well with the lighter reds of central Italy, like this one. A nice nose there of cassis, black cherry, little hint of coffee. This wine isn't particularly chunky or complex, but it's ripe and rounded, moorish and very easy to enjoy. Its forest fruit flavours marry beautifully with that tender beef, and the smooth finish won't get in the way of all that lovely cream and the sweet notes that come from the paprika and the pickle and the shallot. Lawrence, your stroganoff is a comforting winter warmer, and I've got a soothing, easygoing red to partner it. Cheers.
Well, cheers indeed. I think the wine's going down as well as the food. What do you reckon to that, though? It's a good
Well, I'm a
choice.
big fan of Sangiovese, so I quite like that.
But for £5, I think bargain.
That's
Fantastic.
There you go.
£5.
£5 for that.
Really?
Absolute bargain.
So I spend money on the beef.
I can see this combination becoming a Saturday morning breakfast staple in my house.
Yes, perfect.
Stroganoff and a glass of wine.
It's so surreal. Eating this at this time of day.
Exactly.
The Friday
It gets
grill.
better as well. Finish off with cauliflower at the end of the show. Right, later on, Henry has a spicy take on a family favourite for us. So what is it again?
It's spiced meatballs stuffed with melted cheese with Indian spices on a herby salad.
Sounds good to me. Right, it's time for more foodie travels with Mr. Rick Stein. Now, he's in Thailand, visiting the town of Hua Hin, of all places.
Say that again.
That's where Hua Hin. That's where it is. And he starts off the day with a visit to the local street market.
The coastline's changed a lot here at Hua Hin, but every time I come to Thailand, I think about the first time I arrived here as a backpacker. It's the backpacker's ultimate destination. It's so exotic and so different. It's almost like arriving in another world. And of course, the food only goes to back those feelings up. I mean, you don't experience that food in international hotel dining rooms, but in the market and down on the street, that's the place to start the day.
This is a Thai breakfast. It's sort of rice soup with spring onions and ginger, and it's had an egg plopped in it just before it came out, so it's sort of a lightly poached egg in the soup. But it's the sort of dish I didn't know existed. I mean, I just thought Thai food was all about chilli and lemongrass and things like that. You know, the thing I think about sort of cooking here is it's so honest. It doesn't require sort of fancy chefs. It's just done. It's just like knocked off without even thinking about it. It actually fits into this very nice sort of pattern of taste sensations. Hot, sour, sweet and spicy. And those things playing in all the dishes. But there's always subtle combinations of it. I mean, this isn't at all hot, and it's fantastic for breakfast if you've had a few too many hot dishes the night before. It's, well, what I might say, consoling food.
It's a bit frustrating staying in hotels on holiday in places like Italy, India or Thailand. I mean, you go to the markets and you see all the beautiful fresh fish and vegetables, and you just want to take them back and cook with them. But at least you can learn so much just walking around the market and talking to the traders.
Well, you probably don't know what this is. It's actually morning glory, and it's used for stir fries, just like we use spinach or pak choy. But here, morning glory, brilliant. Look at these. I love these. These are called snake beans, and I think you're starting to get those in England now. I was quite interested because there's this really good dish I did in the last book called Thai fish cakes, and I had this letter from Australia saying, you don't know your Thai fish cakes, they don't have beans in them. Well, I've just had some in the market and they do. Ha! So here, look at these. Again, we're just beginning to get those in England. Now these are pea aubergines, and they're a vital ingredient of a green curry, either a chicken or fish green curry. They're slightly bitter. I thought they were peas, of course, when I first tasted them, but they're not. They're absolutely ideal for any Thai curries. Here, there's no English name for these. They're like garlic chives. They're called cha excuse my pronunciation. And they use them in little omelettes, and they've just got a faintly onion, faintly garlicky taste. I think the Australians call these yellow chives, but we need these in England, we really do. Now, I'm sure you'll know what these are. They're kaffir lime leaves, or in Thai, bai mat rod. How's that? Bai means leaves and mat rod means kaffir lime. Now, look at that. I bet you don't know what that is. You certainly wouldn't until you tried it. It tastes like coriander, and it's called bachi farong, which means foreign. Now, over here, I expect you know what that is, because that is turning up in England now. It's called kat in Thai, or galangal. And it used to be very popular in England, in medieval England, but it's died out, but it's coming back now. And this is another rhizome called lesser ginger. And over here we've got some shredded. And you can just go and buy ginger all shredded, or this, which is the lesser ginger. Tastes like ginger, but much more lemony and not quite so strong. Very, very popular in lots of dishes over here. Look at these. They're called rat ears. See? Squeak, squeak, squeak. Again, very useful in stir fries. Look at this odd looking purple paste. Now that's shrimp paste. That's made from dried shrimps. Oh, I don't think I can actually tell you what it smells like. You wouldn't want to know. And this is red curry paste. If you're making a red curry, you come to the market, you buy your paste, dead easy. Now, in the days before chilies arrived in Thailand, because in fact chilies came from Mexico via Portugal to Southeast Asia, this was what they used for heat, just peppercorns. But of course what they use now are these. Now these are bird's eye chilies, and these are right up number 9 or 10 on the heat scale, called the Scoville scale. Really, really hot. You get little bowls of those just in a little bit of fish sauce and lime juice to eat with all your food. It's great.
You just can't go to a market in Thailand and not have a green papaya salad. It's just shredded green papaya with hot and sour flavours.
Now I've pounded up some hot red and green chilies, so they're going into this special mortar and pestle designed for making green papa salad, and some garlic. In that goes. And then a few snake beans, you know those long beans that look like green snakes? Now some shrimp, some dried shrimp, the only concession in this dish to seafood, not much of a concession really. And some of these plum cherry tomatoes, good wallop of those. And some peanuts, these are roasted peanuts for texture. And now some palm sugar which I've let down with a bit of water, just a dollop of that. And some fish sauce in everything out here in Thailand. And finally, just before the green papaya, a good section or two of lime. The thing about this dish, you know, everybody that comes away from Thailand, they always mention the green papaya salad, and this to me is one of those world-class dishes. It's just the sort of thing that everybody likes. A bit more of a bruise, and then finally, about a double handful, I like to say. That's a single handful, and that's a double handful of green papaya. God, I nearly forgot the tamarind water. If I had forgotten that, it wouldn't have been quite tart enough. And that's really the point of the dish. The lime juice and the tamarind water give it a lovely acidity, which is ideal for these tropical times. And that's just about it, ready to be served up on a plate and eaten at once.
Now, I was in the Far East over the New Year, and I love that type of food there. Now, I came across many great dishes on my travels, and I've got a new one to show you right now. It's a Maldivian curry, which kind of like is a twist on a classic Malaysian dish, often found in Indonesia, rendang, usually made with beef, of course. I'm going to do it with salmon, because they did it with all manner of different things, prawns and that kind of stuff. But the basis of it is coconut. And you make a paste out of chili, onions, lemongrass, ginger, galangal, and garlic. And then you add things like star anise, cinnamon, a little bit of kaffir lime, coconut, tamarind as well, which is over there, and then we finish that off with Thai fish sauce and a little slaw salad, a little Asian sort of slaw salad. First thing I want to do is make our chili paste, which has got these dried chilies, which you soak in literally boiling water. They go in, whole shallots, a little bit of lemongrass, some garlic, kaffir lime.
Can you go through the ingredients again, James? I missed that from the top. A bit slow there.
Yeah. At least I remember them.
So sharp.
You're not that quick, you see. There you go. Right, so a little bit of ginger. We're going to basically make this into a little paste. Now, a bit like me, really, in terms of food, and I fell in love with cooking around the age of 8, 9 years old. You fell in acting about the sort of same time as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
You love with acting.
I did. Well, the thing about acting in me was that as a child I was pathologically lazy. And this was the first thing I'd ever done where people thought of me as a hard worker, and I didn't see it as work.
Right.
So I knew it had to be the thing to do.
Was that from a school play? You
yeah,
got spotted,
well, at the time I was 11 years old and playing Oedipus's wife and mother.
Right.
Jocasta,
Yeah.
who, fortunately for the audience, kills herself off stage. But I was in a very fetching yellow satin ankle-length dress.
But was it the stage as well? Because your mother was an opera singer. So
She was, yeah. A very self-effacing opera singer, but actually had a magnificent soprano voice.
Right.
And I still have a long-playing record of her singing Richard Strauss, which I want to get converted into a DVD. Not a DVD, I don't mean a DVD, I mean a CD.
CD,
yeah. I'm a technophobe.
So really the stage was set for you to become, that's what you wanted to do when you were a young kid. But a lot of people know you from, obviously, television as well, first of all.
Yeah.
But, you know, all manner of different things. How did you get into that anyway? Was that just a natural progression from the stage? You were then going to get spotted? Yeah,
well, you just have an agent who steers you towards certain auditions, and you either do or don't get them. And in the early days, the first television I did was actually was a kids' series, and I'm playing a saturnine villain, and was great fun. And then it just sort of accumulates from there.
Accumulates from there, because it is literally, your career is like a who's who of television programmes, isn't it, really? From the Bill, Cracker, Thin Blue Line, but Soldier Soldier.
Yeah, now there you go.
There you go. Can you remember how long do you think Soldier Soldier was? Unbelievable.
Ago?
Yeah.
Mid-90s, was it?
1991.
Wow.
20 years ago.
Too long.
Yeah, too long.
I know.
You were in the first series of that,
I was in the first series, and then didn't do the second series because I was offered a posh theatre job.